And welcome. Apparently there we go. There we are. So, welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4 and my tiny little Caterium outpost. Let's do that as well. So this is the fruit of the labours from yesterday, where we... minuscule. Welcome, Groundbuster. Yeah. Chat convinced me to build a railroad yesterday, so I built a railroad, and then we have a minor amount of... I think we ended up with... was it 66 refineries? Yeah, one thing led to another. So, for those of you who are watching on YouTube later on... welcome and thank you so much for following the series as well. Now, what we need to do in this episode obviously is, first of all, for some reason the microphone tends to be really loud. Is that better? No? No? There? No? I wonder if my filters have... No, they seem to be fine, but that was... It's very much in the red. That could very well be, but that should not make it red. Is that making... How about that way? No? There. Maybe there? There? There. That looks better. Good thing I noticed that, because that could not... Yeah, that could have been bad if I had had that going on for hours. It's still... I think I'll leave it there. Yep. Yeah, as long as it sounds normal, but it does that. I'm not sure what's going on here. The filters are there, the noise gate is there, perhaps the... which one am I using for that? No, this one, but it seems that it goes... Ah, the compressor isn't... It's not doing exactly what it should, but it seems to be working. Yeah. If my voice it shouldn't go totally red. If my voice is very loud, please let me know, and I can try to do a reboot of Windows or something. Maybe that'll help. I've adjusted the gain knob on the back side of the microphone, like here. I've adjusted that to somewhere that looks more reasonable. So hopefully it's reasonable, but yeah. I don't want that to be too overwhelming. It shouldn't go into the red. I'm not sure what that's about. Anyhow, as I said, if you feel that it's too loud, please let me know, and I will, I can just restart the stream. Just do a quick reboot. So, where was I? Yeah. What we need to do in this episode is we need to build the water extractors down at the sea level, and we need to pull pipes up. I probably need more copper sheets for that. And do I have the stuff I need? I don't have it in my inventory, that's for sure. I also need water extractors. No, this is not voice meter. Nothing of this is voice meter. It's OBS actually, and that knob was definitely in the wrong place. However, I can try to do a restart. That will make all the audio go away for a split second. There we go. I don't think that'll help, but worth a try. So, yep. Okay, I need to build water extractor. That means I need reinforced iron plates. Did I bring them out here? Yes, I did. I also need some concrete so I can build foundations down there. Anything else that I need to take with me? Hi there, Dark Rogue. Also, hello there, Phasian. I instinctually just responded to what you wrote without saying hello. Plastic. We need plastic. I don't think I have plastic out here. No, I don't. That means we have to go back to base. Thank you. Now the thing with the microphone is it's still going to the maximum red. The thing there is definitely the knob on the backside, the gain knob, had been moved, and I'm not sure how that has happened. But it could very well be Gizmo, because he likes to go into the window over there, and as cats do. But you guys, you are listening, you don't feel like there, now it's completely red. Is that too loud? Was that too loud? Well, I'd like things to be... It doesn't seem too loud. Okay, that's good. I like things to work. Might be OBS that is being funky as well. Good evening, Addicted to Capping. Except for some bizarre things going on with my audio levels that I'm very confused by, since OBS is reporting that my microphone is going completely bonkers. I am doing quite well, thank you. How about yourself? No, that is that is absolutely not how a roundabout are supposed to work at all. But there are many things in Satisfactory that works differently than how things work in real life. Slightly. Oh. You are absolutely right. Although, where does it show it? Maybe I have to type it in all caps. I can't see it anywhere. Then again, there are many of those Unreal Engine commands that doesn't work. It was on the right hand side, okay. Okay, so basically... You know, when they set up that thing, they could have made it a little less aggressive on the update frequency. Because that's a bit crazy. How is anyone going to be able to read that? It's teeny tiny microfont and it's zooming all over the place all the time. But at least it looks like I'm doing 90 to 100 FPS. Let's go with that, because that's just crazy. I'm going to remove that again. Updated 1 per millisecond. Yes, it certainly looked like that is exactly what's going on, which is too much. Yeah, you do get a general idea, that's true. Plastic is what I wanted. We can take... let's take 6 stacks, just so I don't have to go back here for that. While I'm here, I probably need some more steel beams as well. I mean pipes. Those seem to be very popular in building things. 8 stacks of those. I have enough of those. Don't think I need any of them. Time to head home again. Thank you so much, Grungbuster, for popping in, and you have a great time. Caledorn Factory. And thank you for the lurk. Thank you so much. If you want, you can post the link if you already haven't. You can post the link in the self-promotion channel, and I'll go have a look at it after the stream. Now, I'm wearing shorts today, so you will occasionally see my leg, depending on the angle that I'm sitting in. But I promise I'm not naked underneath here. That will be slightly awkward. Hey there, Subwiser. This leg is the magic one. It's in here the titanium rod is. I added a couple of sound effects as well, as per popular request. We now have this one, which I will frequently use myself, I suspect. And I added this one. And I also added this one.
Hey, diddle diddle, the mucus and the spittle, the corpse sank in the lagoon. The Murloc said, to see such a sight, and the dwarf spanked the baboon.
That one is good. And then on popular request, this one also was added.
Anyone have any odorant? Either wet dog, fresh garbage, or low tide would do.
And the final one is this one.
Yes, they're real. They're not mine, but they're real.
It's important to have these sound effects. Jesus, this looks like... Yeah, I noticed that myself. Maybe I can adjust that. Does that apply to the old ones?
When we arrived here, I lost many jewels that had been in my family for generations. If you could get your hands on my family jewels, I would be deeply appreciative.
That is strange. Should be the same level. This one is at volume 20. So is the other one as well. Can I, if I try to adjust this up to, say, maybe I did something silly when I did, why can't I type things in here? Submit. Does this help? Or is this still too low?
Hey, diddle diddle.
Oh, that definitely helped.
And the spittle, the corpse sank in the lagoon.
It's even a bit loud.
Said, to see such a sight, and the dwarf spanked the baboon.
Yes. I might have done something weird in Audacity. Could be. Let's just adjust the new ones, and I can have a look at it later on. Odorant. Put it at somewhere near 40. Then we have the Psy one. That looks good. There was another one. Ah, yeah, this one. Yep. Okay, so I adjusted the new ones. The old ones are fine. Yes, I have already seen that one, actually. That... It doesn't completely nullify the need for the old refinery setup that I made, because you get the blender later on. So at the point you have the blender, you might already have built or have the need for that fuel refinery. But or the plastic, rather. The plastic and the rubber, that part. So not the power, but that other part of the refinery. But if you need more after that, or if you can make do with just the basic plastic recipe and the basic rubber recipe, which I suppose you can, then it might be worth waiting with the setup until you get the blender, because that recipe I noticed that very distinctly when I saw it, and mentioned that that is a very good recipe. So Phasian apparently discovered something that I want to test if is true for me as well. You can double tap space, and you don't need to catcraft anymore. If you just double tap, it just continues handcrafting on your behalf. That's new. Thank you for mentioning that, Phasian. I have no idea, since I am not really using much plastic. I mean, I'm producing 1200 of each plastic and rubber in that setup that I had out there, and I'm not really using it. It was more for preparation, so you might not really need it, to be honest. Let's go 2 out, and then we want to go 2 down. Yep, that's actually quite perfect. The thing with the Total War Saga Troy is that since Creative Assembly actually allowed me into their creator program, which I think was very kind of them, considering the size of my channel is not exactly large, and for a AAA company like Creative Assembly to let small content creators in their program, that surprised me in a very positive manner, of course. So I get those games, and that is, I'm saying this with quotation marks, for free. If you don't produce content, obviously you are removed from the program. So there is an obligation that you have to produce content to get the keys, obviously. But the thing with I need to build one more. The thing is that there are the Creative Assembly employees. They have a Discord server for the program, so the Creative Assembly employees are in there. They're a really friendly bunch of people, by the way. They had this explanation talk where they talked about what they wanted to do with Troy, and basically what they said is that Troy is kind of and that not only Troy but the entire Total War Sagas games, they use those games as a playground where they try out new things, they try out systems mechanics that they are uncertain about whether or not it's a good idea to use in the main games, and then they kind of use that as a gauge based on the feedback from the players, whether or not the ideas that they've come up with is good or not. And I think that's a really good idea, actually. Like, instead of introducing mechanics that might not be that good, it might sound good on the drawing board, but it might not be that good in practice for the players who play the games. So you introduce those in games that you do not charge the full amount. Like the Total War Saga games are usually 40 to 60% of the price of a full Total War game, and then you get this sense of allowing your players to give you feedback on these new ideas. I even think they said that in a public stream or something, to be honest. I can't remember, but I definitely know that it was mentioned in that in the Creator Program Discord. So that's why there's a lot of new stuff in Troy, because yeah, some of the mechanics in Troy are really like all of the various resources. That's isolated to that one. Yeah, and I was very sorry. I was very surprised when they actually gave away Troy on day one to everyone who just claimed it. That was also a good move. Although I do suspect that Epic probably paid a tiny amount to Creative Assembly for that. Since I don't think they have an exclusivity agreement, but they had... As in, I don't think they have an exclusivity agreement for the Total War genre at whole, but they definitely got an exclusivity agreement for Troy by doing it that way. So I'm pretty sure that Epic paid a substantial amount to Creative Assembly for that. And as we all know, by experience, Epic isn't the most popular platform out there. There's this current... I mean, that discussion keeps cropping up, which is why I've just left it out of the Discord, because I'm really not interested in platform wars. But it was a risky move, and I'm pretty sure that Creative Assembly was aware of the fact that it was a risky move, since Epic had already been out for some time when they did that. I've played every single one of them, actually. Shogun 1 was the first one, and I've played every one of the Total War games since then. I'm not a master player, not by far, but I do enjoy playing on normal. When I first try a game, I always play on easy because you have to get used to the new mechanics and stuff like that. But Total War 2, Total War Warhammer 2, that one I actually managed to get the legendary difficulty this summer on, which involved a little bit of annoyances, little bit. But I completed one campaign on Legendary. Which one was that? Yeah, High Elves. I think it was Alariel of Avalorn. And then I used mods to get the other Legendary achievements, just so I could get the achievements. So I basically cheated to get the other mods. That's a good point, because when I applied to the program, there was this blurb, this text blurb, where you had to write why you thought you were a good fit for the creator program, and of course I did mention that I've played the Total War games ever since Shogun 1. But there are many other many other small content creators, both Twitch streamers and YouTube creators in the program. So they seem to be very liberal with who they let into the program. which I feel is a very good thing. I think it is good when large studios do that, because it's a PR. I would say that it's a PR thing. It both gives the content creators that sense of gratitude that, yay, these guys are actually letting me get game keys just so long as I make content for them. But also the audience notices, which is why I've been very vocal about the Total War Creator or the Creative Assembly Creator Program, because to me, I think it's important to give them credit for doing that. That they are actually also including small content creators to get the many people. And that doesn't just apply to the content creators, it also applies to the audiences of those smaller channels, because there are very few large channels that I personally watch. And the ones that I do watch that are among the larger ones, that is above 1 million subscribers, the Spiffing Brit being one example, is when I started watching the Spiffing Brit, he didn't even have 150,000 subscribers. So I started watching his content when, at the very beginning of when he went viral. And for the most part, that applies to... Big Clive is kind of big, but I don't remember if he's got more than 1 million subscribers. But he's a fairly popular channel, that's for sure. But yeah, it's very, as you say, Phasian, it's a very inexpensive and it's also an effective way of marketing. And the cost of a few keys is not much at all compared to marketing campaigns. And also, even more importantly, the cost of a few keys is not much at all compared to the goodwill, like the reputation of the company. Because the audience of the small channels like mine, of the small streamers who hear that the creator says, and thank you so much to Creative Assembly for providing me with a free press key for this game. Those words have a meaning. It's not just me as a content creator or someone else as a content creator thanking them, but it's also the audience hearing, hey, he has 2,000, that was what I had back when they actually took me in. I had 2,000 subscribers and they accepted me into the program on YouTube. And so, hey, this guy has 2,000 subscribers and Creative Assembly is giving him press keys? Wow. So that was, I think that what they're doing is universally, in all manners, good. Which is not something that you can say happens often for AAA titles. I mean, Anno 1800. I love Anno. I sent a press key request to UB. I didn't even get a response. Why would I? I'm guessing that their requirements for a channel to get keys for their games, like Anno or Settlers or something like that, at least 50,000 subscribers on YouTube or 500 subscribers on Twitch or something, maybe even 100,000. So I didn't even get a response, but I figured, why the heck not ask? I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that either I don't get a response, which is what happened, or I get a polite response saying, no, I'm sorry, your channel is too small, which I would have understood perfectly fine. Water extractor. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, many people have heard about the Total War games, but it's not like they're very, very, the word fail me. It's not like they are an unknown title or series out there of games, but most of the small content creators, at least if you want to try to grow, which this very much applies to myself as well, We usually do indie games or early access games, smaller games. I say while I'm playing Satisfactory, which is probably not. It is an indie game, but Coffee Stain Studios is definitely not an indie developer anymore. They've grown. But the thing is, I would be playing indie games regardless, because I love the rapid patching. Like, if you compare Total War, for instance, to Satisfactory, Coffee Stain Studios has been pushing out updates to Satisfactory once per day ish since they released the update 4 build on the initial update 4 build, I should say, on experimental. Creative Assembly cannot do that. They have to wait days between each release, because there are so many players and the game code is big, and the tolerance for game-breaking bugs. I mean, the tolerance for game-breaking bugs in, say, for instance, Satisfactory, especially when it's on experimental, or Factorio, which Woob was amazing at patching the game often. But they did release several bad patches. I mean, even after version 1.0, we've had at least one bad patch which actually ruined save games that I remember. But the tolerance for that for smaller developers is much higher than it is for a game company like Creative Assembly. Can you imagine 500,000 players having their save game ruined? In what kind of a reputation hit that would be for Creative Assembly? That would be a major hit for them in reputation. You know what? I need to redo this because I did this a little bit silly. I'm testing something now, to be honest. I wonder if I can build the water extractor. Huh, it actually snaps to the... Oh my. That's very tasty. That is very tasty. You can see the pipeline if you look up at the above the outlet. It has a green line that snaps to the conveyor pole. One other thing in regards to patch efficiency or the release schedule of patches, I think that when you have whoa, that was a bit farther away. When you have a game like Factorio, we more or less designed their own engine, whereas yeah, that one is too close. Whereas Coffee Stain Studios, they are using Unreal Engine, and I think that also factors in because I think it's easier for Whoop to create a quick... Okay. How do we even... That doesn't even make sense to me. Since they have their own engine, they are not at mercy, I should say, at the mercy of no. Well, okay, so the snapping is nice, but it's not perfect, shall we say? Then again, I built it crooked, so maybe that could have influenced it. How far away is this? It's about 2/3 of the platform. So there. Don't worry about making me lose my train of thought. That's perfectly fine, actually. That's part of streaming, and it's a part of streaming that I enjoy very much. Oh, for crying out loud. I want this to be at least somewhat straight. How about there? You know what? I'm gonna say that that's fine, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. There is that, but it's also the other point that I'm trying to make there is that when you have a game like Satisfactory, and you have an engine that is developed by someone else compared to Woob, who has their own engine. Woob knows their engine in, out, backwards, forwards. The developers who are working on Satisfactory, they're using the engine that someone else made, and while I'm pretty sure that their developers are more than just a little bit familiar with Unreal Engine 4 at large, then, for instance, this engine update that we're having now, the engine 4.25, you get an added little thing where, oh, they've introduced 250 new things or 500 new things, and whenever Woob introduces something new in their engine, it's because they put it there. That's not applicable for the game developers who use other engines. So that's also something to factor in, I think. Hi there, Cos18. Welcome so much to the stream. I am not very happy with the volume thing, so I think that I want to restart my computer. I know you guys are saying it's okay, but it keeps bothering me that I see the microphone over there go red all the time, and I'm worried about how that will also turn up on YouTube when I'm uploading there. So I think I'll just end the stream, and I'll reboot my computer, check that all the sound settings are fine, and I'll start the stream again. So if you guys can give me should be like 7-8 minutes, and I should be back. 7-8 minutes, because the reboot isn't that long, but I just want to make sure that the OBS is working. So I will be back very shortly. Thank you for the patience there.